Like, yeah, you're going to stay like this, are you? Welcome back, everyone. We've got two of my most famous, favorite, and the most famous Spaniards of flesh and blood. We have Daniel and Pablo. Dudes, how are you? Thank you so much again for coming on to Push the Point to have a chin wag.
It's an honor as always, right?
It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome.
So it's always a pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, I heard that one of you won a calling. Is that right?
It can be.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Rumors are true, right? Because I watched this game of this Oldhim player, right? And it was up against this really good player called George from Greece, and the Oldhim player was on like 35-ish health, and then he went down to 6, and I kind of tuned off from that point. And
he must have played that game really bad then.
I was like that. This guy's doomed, right? So I left it, and then the next thing you know, he won. No, I'm just being silly, dude. Seriously, Pablo. What the hell? I did actually tune off, by the way. I was in my garden. I was just chilling with my daughter. We were just in my fab den, and I did watch this, and I went, God, I thought Oldhim was gone. I thought Oldhim was gone. I was so disappointed, and I tuned out too quick, right? And that is a testament to everyone, because if I was in real life playing, I think I would have just probably went, I've lost this. Right, I've lost this. But I don't know how. Dude, you just dug in. What the
hell? To be honest, I have actually talked about this like 30 minutes ago in the Spanish chat. I thought I was dead. Like, yeah. He had like this crazy awesome turn where the quiver hit another bolt and shot, and the quiver alone dealt like 17 damage. And I was like, okay, I guess I have been lucky in other rounds in the tournament, and now my time has come. I will just play this for the stream. To give a good image in the stream. I'm not going to concede here. Well, I wouldn't concede in a normal game either, but I'm going to make this beautiful for the people at home. And so I did what Oldhim does best, is just hanging out in there, trying to survive. I was just blocking as I could, it was like really, really stressing.
My God.
People were saying like, oh, you were really calm. And it was like, yeah, of course I was really calm. I knew I was dead.
It's really, yeah, whatever. So you had in your head just going, it is what it is. I'm just going to block out, and I'm probably lost. But we'll just we'll just see where we go.
99% dead in this game. Like he has to hit a turn where I can't block well. My hand won't align or something like that, and I will die for sure, because he still had like 40 cards in his deck. He still had all the codexes, but not my hands lined up pretty well. He couldn't manage the room to push the final points of damage. I was at 2 life at one point, I believe. So yeah, it was.
Oh my God. So I take it you just ran him out, right? You just ran him out. Oh my God. Because I literally like was jumping about. When I tuned back in, I went, right, okay, so I take it it's probably either going to be a Zuri versus Lexi or a Lexi mirror, to which I was like, it's not what I wanted, because I was there. There was 2 things I wanted to see. I wanted to see Oldhim BLL'd. I want to see a UK guy get in the top 8. UK guys are not in the top 8. Jacob Clements came 9th. So I'm like, all right, okay, I guess I'm rooting for Pablo and Oldhim. And then when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. And then when I tuned back in, I went, the fuck, man. Come on, Pablo.
But
come on.
Were you rooting for Oldhim and Pablo, or for Pablo and Oldhim? You wanted Oldhim gone?
I was rooting for. So it was. So Pablo first.
Oh, that's beautiful then.
That's
Pablo first. It was. I was just. I was rooting for Oldhim in the top 8, and then Pablo, and then when I saw that you won, after that, I'm like, well, I don't care about Oldhim. Pablo, you were literally the people's champion at that point because everyone was like, no way did he win that.
That was an amazing game to rewatch. We actually got stuck like 12 hours. Was that right, Danny? 12 hours, right, at the airport.
Right.
Yeah, something like that.
Yesterday, so I had time to watch all the games.
What happened there?
We lost our flight.
You missed it. Oh,
There were on a strike on Brussels, so we couldn't go on time into the airport. Long queues, and we couldn't access to the airport, so we just bought a ticket there to go back to Spain, and we had to wait there for half a day, basically.
my God. Was it awful? Did you just mooch about? And it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad. And actually, this story is a little bit better because we actually arrived a little later than we were planning, because we were joking all weekend long that if any of us won the calling, he was forced to buy breakfast at the hotel for everyone. So the breakfast at the hotel was 22 euros.
Oh, God.
It was like really, really expensive.
Yeah.
And at least for Spaniards. And so we actually didn't have as much time as we had wanted, because we were flying really early, like at 9 o'clock, and we needed to have breakfast. So yeah, we didn't have as much time as we wanted, and then we got the strike plus the long queues. We wouldn't have arrived even if we left with a little more time. But yeah, then we got stuck in the airport for 12 hours, and our next flight got delayed as well. So it was amazing all around.
Oh, God. So Daniel, when I was in day one, I was seeing that both yourself and Pablo were in. You're on a tear day one, right?
Yeah.
How was your time at the calling?
I had a really good attitude, because my objective during the tournament was basically doing no mistakes.
Right.
And at the first day, I had a run with a 6-2. I lost my first and my fourth round against Usuri.
Right.
And I had a lot of fun because I had tons of memorable moments during the whole tournament. It was amazing. I had awesome games.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did. I think I didn't do big mistakes, so I feel really proud with my result. I went to day two saying, okay, we can just see what happens. And I won 4 games in a row, and it was fine because I was really close to going to the top. And I played my last round against Oli with Reiner.
Yeah, I saw
with
that video.
Club Reiner. So it was like a backfire for me, because he was playing a similar deck as the one we did the deck tech here on the channel.
Oh, good. Oh no, come back round. Maybe he didn't watch it, but if he did, oh no, what have I done?
And it was a quite exciting game. My heart was just bumping a lot, because I didn't know what to do, because at some point I drew a lot of buffs, so I couldn't make a turn.
Oh.
And at other moment, I played the Codex of Frailty and attack with a big attack, and he said, okay, I don't block. And I was like, what's happening here? It was a red in the ledger. He had a hand with a lot of no blockers.
Right.
He rolled the dice many times, so that game was absolutely crazy. And at some point, I did my only big mistake during the tournament. I didn't trigger the Snapdragons when I had lethal.
Oh.
So I couldn't reach the top.
Oh.
You can see the moment in Twitter, because Tales of Alex, this guy from Germany that make reports and
we know Tales of Alex. He's a good lad.
Yeah, so he recorded the moment. So I was dead inside. It was a bittersweet moment, because I did an amazing run during the tournament with Acelia. That is a deck that I really like, as you know.
Yeah.
And at that point, I lost because I did a huge mistake in the last round.
Oh. I actually found that moment it was very bittersweet, because obviously we've spent some time together, Daniel. So I've gotten to know you, and when I saw it was you in it, it was like, oh. But then actually, when I saw, I can just see this friendship and team spirit like in that moment as well. I have no idea what the other guy's saying because obviously he's speaking a completely different language. Obviously, he sounded like he was very happy, obviously. But then it was just you, Pablo. You just came over, just gave him gave Daniel a pat on the back and just like, don't worry, bro. And I was looking at him, I was like, oh, that was very heartfelt. It was. You guys are obviously got a really good friendship and a solid team as Sunflower Samurais, right? So
I was saying, I love you even if you're stupid. Come on.
No, I can just tell that it was it's rough when you know you're not gonna make it, you just roll with it, like, but when hope is starting to come closer and closer, and then it just gets, and then it's gone, it's more rougher than just going, it was never, do you know what I mean? So, but at that moment, it was really lovely to see that team camaraderie come around and just seeing Pablo going, oh, shit, bro, no worries. You know what I mean?
Jokes aside, it was a harsh moment to see, like.
Yeah, it was, but anyway,
because he was this close to make like the most amazing thing, that is hitting into day 2, and you need to win all of your games. And that's actually almost impossible, win five straight games. It's really difficult, and you had the confidence to actually play day 2 and not go into the battle hardened. So you had that confidence that you were able to do the 5-0, and you almost got it, until that small mistake at the end. Well, it was not a small mistake, but
it was not.
But still, it's very. Regardless of that moment, it's still something to be absolutely proud of, right? It's that same thing of when we watch our football teams, go to the World Cup and Euros, and they get into the semi-finals. You know what I mean? It's a rough gig, and even though they didn't win, and everyone goes, ugh, but dude, getting that close is still, a valiant performance. And like Pablo said, you got to not lose a game, and you're like, yeah, here we go. But even then, where did you come? What was your final tally?
What was sorry?
What was your final result? What was your placement?
I did X3. I was at 10-3.
All right, yes.
In the last round, I ended as the 11th.
11th. You just 11. I know 11's really, really good, and I think a lot of people there's too much emphasis on the top 8. It's like I actually get very impressed seeing top 16s, like even top 24s. Of how many people were they calling? 600 people.
660, I believe.
And you were the 11th best player in 600 people. And let's not kid ourselves here. The European fab scene is the hottest fab scene, right?
I agree.
So you're in a cruel field here, and coming 11th in that is actually incredibly impressive. So seeing that, and another lad as well, I was watching, like Jacob Clements come in 9th, and Yorgos Samaras from Greece come in 17th as well. It's a rough gig, man. It's a real rough gig. So hats off to you.
Anyway,
yeah.
I feel really proud because I could play with really awesome players.
Yeah.
Also really famous players. I also played against Michael Fink. It was a big honor, and I won. He was playing Oldhim, and I was playing Asilia, and was, dude, this is amazing.
Yeah.
How did I do this?
We actually saw a game, right, Daniel, of Michael Feng on the first day, and I said, "Oh, I believe you have an auto win against that deck." He was running so many defense reactions, and Daniel was playing Asalia. He will talk about that later, I believe, but he had so many defense reactions, and I said, "Oh, you really want to play against Michael Feng?" And then four rounds later or something like that, I saw both of them playing, and I went, "Yeah, Daniel."
What Pablo said, I remember you said, sorry, Michael. As soon as we finished the game, he went there and he said, "Who won?" And I said, "Yeah, I won." And he said, he puts the hand on his shoulder, saying, "I'm sorry, Michael."
What? So what is it? Was it? Did you have what was it? Release the tension, or was it? Was it a? What did you have that made having lots of defense reactions the bad thing? Was it the?
That's a really cool story, and also it complements really well with the victory of Pablo. So I think we can talk about that, right?
Go for it. Go
Pablo?
for it.
Okay.
If you want to.
I wanted to play for this tournament. I wasn't happy with the result I had in the Pro Tour with Cecilia.
Right.
So I was wondering if I had to play Lexi or Oldhim. So I was just playing with both heroes and trying to see what to do. And I was playing. I played a lot of Lexi against Pablo, and I was absolutely depressed because I couldn't win a single game against him. Was maybe some games, but in general it was like a 90 to 10.
Right,
I couldn't win any game. It's not good, and I said, okay, I can go on Oldhim. And I played a Road to National with Oldhim, and I wasn't happy because people were saying, "Oh, you're always fatiguing me, and you're playing really defensive." And I didn't feel
one more minute.
I didn't feel okay with myself playing with people that is not that competitive, and
yeah,
they were playing against a deck that absolutely only blocks.
Yeah.
So I wasn't happy with both decks, and one friend from our team, Free, that is one member of the Sunflower Samurais, he told me, "Dude, play the deck you want to play. Play, just go for fun. You are playing 13 games, so just go for it and feel proud of the result." And I said, okay, I'm going to go with Cecilia, with the same deck I played in the Pro Tour. And I saw the deck tag you did with what's the name of those players? The one who played Cecilia. I know you didn't do the deck tag. It was the other guy who made it.
Oh, Go Again.
From the team from England.
Oh, is it Az from Go Again Gaming?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, not me.
I
was going to say that the last deck tech I did, I was like, dude, it was with you.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
It was your own deck.
It was the guy.
I was looking at this deck tech, right, and this guy called Daniel's in it.
It is.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Too late in Spain.
Yeah. I'm sorry for
that. No, cool. So, yeah, so you watched it. So you watched as one of Az's deck techs with. I don't know who it was. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, so I saw the deck tech and I saw they were playing Regis Detention. And I was, maybe I can try this Dreadboard deck that people is playing with Cecilia, that they are playing with New Horizon and things like that. And I said, Pablo, do you want to play some games? I want to be depressed playing Cecilia too. Not only with Lexi, but I want to play with Cecilia. And for some reason, as soon as I put the Dreadboard, the deck worked really well against Oldhim. And something absolutely blew my mind and say, "Oh, I have a favorable matchup against Oldhim now." Well, against the kind of builds that are being played now.
You also changed some cards in your deck, right, to adapt to the Dreadboard plan. But yeah, it was like a huge change.
It was amazing because for some reason I could beat Oldhim at that point. That is something that you couldn't make in the past with Cecilia.
I was beaten like 5 times in a row that night, like between several people playing the Asalia deck, and I was like, "Oh my god, why am I playing Oldhim? I lose to Asalia. Why am I playing Oldhim? This cannot be."
He made you regret. You're sitting there comfy as all hell, and don't you hate that when that happens? When you're like, I'm sorted. Oh my god, what am I? No.
So, I do believe those games were kind of like perfect games from Atelier, like crazy games, but I got stomped in every one of them. It wasn't even close. So I said, okay, I need to change my deck clearly. I need to change my deck.
Yeah.
So that's how it ties to the victory as well in the calling, because they made me change the deck because of that Asalia deck.
Wow.
So
okay.
I actually changed some. I was running blue staunches and things like that. So I actually made some changes in the deck, and they were really good during the tournament. And I also played against the Nasalia with Dreadboard, and those changes were like crucial to the victory.
Wow. Oh, that's so. Thank you, Daniel.
and we have to say that it happens on Tuesday. It was the Tuesday on that week. I changed my deck. Sergio, that was another friend who came with us, one member of the team. He played Asilia, and Pablo swapped the entire deck. So it's a really cool story how everybody just changed everything.
The last minute mega swap.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to kill your darlings. I love that deck, but if it loses to Celia, it needs to go.
So we got the reason why you wanted to play Azalea, Daniel. So what, Pablo? Why did you pick Oldhim?
Because I wanted to win. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I looked at the Pro Tour, right, and I was listening to Michael Fang, and when he won the Pro Tour with Oldhim, he did say, and I felt the same way. I mean, I'm not in it. I'm not a pro player like you guys, but I've also felt that I think Oldhim is good. He's definitely the one hero that can have an answer to all the options. Is he the best hero for the job? And even I remember Michael saying, I don't think he is the best hero for the job. He's just the one that's most consistent. So that's my feelings on Oldhim. When I looked at it going, I can foresee him getting top 8. I just couldn't foresee him winning. Obviously I'm wrong because he's just won a Pro Tour and a calling, right? So what do I know? But do you feel the same way? Or not like it matters now because he's living legend, right? But at the time, did you feel like no, this guy Oldhim is the best hero in the meta?
On a more serious note, I didn't want to play Ranger.
Yeah.
I didn't felt confident with Azalea. I needed to play more games if I was going to play her. And I don't really like extremely swingy matchups. And I do think the Lexi Mirror is one of them. And I was expecting like tons of Lexis in the calling. And yeah, you know, like the Lexi deck relies on some power cards and how your game goes much of the time depends on if you have like 3 of a kind in this specific moment, if you draw 3 of a kind with a rain racers of, you know, the number of codexes that you're going to get. There are like so many variables and it boils down to these power cards in the deck, and I really didn't enjoy that game plan.
You took Viserai, and I'm actually intrigued. You took Viserai to a Pro Tour, and I'm sitting there going, you don't like swingy matchups? And you took Viserai? That guy who's half his deck does nothing.
Our Viserai deck was extremely defensive.
Okay, so you block, and then you just
did block
Sky Shrill attack.
Hand, bam, block until you get a good hand, bam. I mean,
yeah, I know that.
Of course, you get some games where you didn't block at all because you did get all of your good hands off the top of your deck. You know, okay, then you're a great Viserai player. Go ahead. But yeah,
but Lexi's a lot more swingier. Okay.
I really don't enjoy playing Lexi, and I believe that enjoying the deck that you're playing is actually a pretty important thing during tournaments to avoid mental fatigue. And I was thinking about which heroes I could play. I was really disappointed in how Oldhim performed for me at the Pro Tour. I brought the more mid-rangey value Oldhim during that tournament, and I got completely high rolled by every Lexi opponent, and I also got like 2 really bad matchups in Briar and Kano. So I ended up doing 4-4, and it wasn't a good split for me in the Pro Tour. But I was testing. I saw the deck. The guys from Team Dragon Shield made, and Duo Fanel, a Polish player, was also playing it. And I saw it on Twitter, and I thought, hey, I will give it a try. And I saw some really interesting ideas there. So I took that deck and started making some tweaks and adjustments to it. It ended up being reasonably off their deck, you know. I changed some cards, but it did work much better against Lexi. So I was feeling confident in the Lexi matchup. I felt confident in the mirror as well. You know, this new deck with Anathos and the bumpers.
Oh, I know that, yeah, because
really good in the mirror.
Yeah,
and
that was I don't know where I don't want to claim it started. Like I don't want to claim it started from anywhere, but the but I feel that when we streamed the Road to Nationals the week before with the calling event, and then Jacob Clements was running this Anathos with Van Brace in it. It might have came out from somewhere sooner, but I think a lot of people then turned around and went, "The fuck is Van Brace doing with Anathos, doing with Oldhim?" I don't know. Where did you guys find that little magic?
We just saw at the Pro Tour because
did they bring it in the Pro Tour?
Matt Rogers, Nick Batcher, and all of the Dragon Shield team were playing it.
I didn't see it in the Pro Tour. Well, there you go. I say I don't want to claim it, but I'm claiming it.
Yeah, like the deck felt good against Lexi, felt good in the mirror, and felt good against Dromai. If you have enough patience and know your timings, it is not a bad matchup for Oldhim. So I said, hey, this deck actually has like a really good chance of doing pretty well at the tournament. I will give the old man another chance, and then yeah, it did work, right?
I think
it worked quite well.
It worked very well. So you've done it. You've pushed the old man into the coffin. He's finally dead, everyone. How do you feel now that Oldhim has living legend, Daniel?
I'm feeling it's a weird moment because I like playing Oldhim. I mean, I like playing Oldhim. I like playing against Oldhim, but I know that the vast majority of the players of the world hate playing against Fatigue Oldhim.
Yeah.
So I think it's maybe even positive for the game because for new players, there's no chance for going to their local armory and say, "Oh, I'm going to play against this guy who is going to block the whole game and do nothing." That may be a really bad. That may be a really bad experience for new players. It's not for me in general because I'm a competitive player and I'm the kind of guy that's want to find all these shortcuts to go there and try to beat Oldhim. But yeah,
you're a guy that wants to crack the puzzle. Oldhim is like he's just presenting you a wall and you got to go, right, well I'll get around this. Yeah.
So at that point, I think in the competitive side is going to be it's not going to be that funny because the decks are pretty more one-sided.
Yeah.
But maybe with the new expansion, maybe with the new Prism, the new Vincent, we will feel this again. This kind of heroes playing with awesome win conditions.
And the new Boltin and the new Levia.
Yeah.
They are not going to be new heroes, but I expect them to be the new decks. You know, I expect heavy support for both of them.
Yeah, no, I hope so. We'll get on to Dusseldorn in a minute. But Pablo, how do you feel now that Oldhim is now no longer? Well, he will be in RTM, but he's no longer going to be in the meta. How does that make you feel?
Long story short, I hate Oldhim.
Oh,
like I do think it is one of the least interesting designs the game has. And with every banned restricted list that hit him, they took offensive options out of him. You know, they took out the pools that also took out the Akenolds from the deck. That was like the way to win the game.
Yeah, and Awakening.
And they took Awakening. They took Winter's Well.
Yeah.
So they just pushed the deck into the fatigue, strategy. I believe.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a deck you want in your game. As Daniel has said, I don't think it's really good for new players. It's not a healthy experience, right? It doesn't feel interactive because it's the same as Kano. I love Kano because he's a fun deck to play, but it is not good for new players because Flesh and Blood is supposed to be this give and take game, you know, with amazing turns and every player dancing and blocking and attacking, and then you have this deck that don't play with you at all. You know, Oldhim is just blocking and waiting for you to die, or Kano's just setting up his kill turn. And
I feel you.
And I do think that Oldhim design overlapped a lot with Bravo. I really like Bravo, but both of the designs. And if you look at my deck in this tournament, it is essentially a Bravo deck with a Crown of Seeds.
Yeah, that's what it is. But when you took Anathos, I felt like, oh my god, literally they're taking his weapon.
No, I'm literally playing zero. I'm playing Mulch, Blue Mulch, and Blue Autumn Stage. But you can replace those two cards, and the deck would be exactly the same. and those are the only two elemental cards that the deck is running. So it's essentially a Bravo deck on an Oldhim cell, and I do think that Oldhim was so oppressive, so powerful that he didn't allow Bravo to get good cards, and we got the Guardian cards in Dynasty were like extremely bad. Like
you got Buckle.
Extremely bad.
You got Buckle.
Yeah. And I don't think Buckle is a good card.
Did you not think the old buckling blow move on Alexei?
I don't like it. I think that you lose a lot of life. It's kind of a gamble when you can just, most of the time you can just block and wait for their setup turn and then disrupt when they give you some breathing room to set up their big turn. I don't think. Well, it's a cool move because it's useful against other deck. You can break Ghostly Touch, and you can break
Storm Striders,
the new Rise,
Storm Striders, New Rise on Tunic. Like it has uses in every matchup, but I don't think it's that powerful. It is the best card out of that set for sure.
Yeah, but it didn't change everything up too much. But okay, well he's gone now. I feel, and I don't know whether you guys may or may not agree. I feel like Oldhim was. We needed a wall, right? We need a hero that is just a bit of a wall. We don't need to have another Fire, another Alexei. Even Viscerai, Briar, just all these heroes that are trying to go. I'll just smash the crap out of you, and then you just smash the crap out of me, right? Oldhim and Prism and even Dromite are those heroes that turn around and go, I'm going to actually set up something. You can't just come at me the whole time about it. You know what I mean?
And Icelander also did
that
wall thing.
Yeah. But he was too good. He was too good of a wall.
He was way too good. Yeah. The main problem I have with this is that we have been in an aggro meta for so long, and then these ice heroes came out, and the meta shifted like in that same moment. Icelander was extremely oppressive to aggro decks, and then Oldhim was extremely oppressive to this kind of decks. So yeah, we'll probably have like a really aggro meta for now, but I don't know what is going to happen with the new Prism. I mean, original Prism was broken as fuck, and this one has 32 life.
Well, we don't know. We don't know.
Probably destroy you and then create.
We don't know.
She's going to be broken. She's a fan favorite. She's a fan favorite.
I think she's gonna be good. She's gonna be complex, but I think. That's a guarantee. If there's illusionist or wizards, it is. You got to wait until some really, really good deck maker comes out and says, here's a deck. Because if you just look at the cards initially, I can tell you now, like everyone, you'll just go, this doesn't work. Like I remember when Icelander first came out, no one could get it going for ages. And then all of a sudden someone just makes something and everyone goes, I'm taking that deck. Michael Hamilton shows up and just goes, here's the deck. And everyone goes, right, that's the deck then, everyone.
I was mostly joking, but I do expect the Illusionist to be, to do this kind of wall thing against aggro deck.
I think so. I think a lot of people also have this vibe that Vincent's going to be that, and I'm just like, I don't know. The only hero that I've seen being, maybe because Briar had this huge before she was nerfed, having loads of embodiment of Earth tokens, so she just turned into, she was just broken. I was beyond
extremely balanced.
Extremely balanced. Yeah.
So something I've learned of this game is that the stacking tokens tends to be broken. If you stack the chains, or you stack the embodiment of Earth, or you stack wherever, your hero's broken for sure.
That's a good point.
100%.
Well, we'll see. So Oldhim's now gone. I think
that's why you cannot stack the warrior weapon tokens. The one they are giving on the road to nationals. Jubil, it's called Jubil.
Yeah, they've turned around and learned their lesson, because if you can just stack that,
they thought if you can stack this is gonna be broken.
Yeah, no, 100%. I actually think that Jubil is a sign. Honestly, why would they make Jubil a cold foil for road to nationals? I remember everyone kicking off going, "Why is Jubil the cold foil? Jubil's garbage. Jubil's garbage. And then I reckon Dust Till Dawn's going to turn around and go, Jubil is not garbage. Jubil's going to be really good. And I don't know why. I have no evidence of this whatsoever. But they tend to actually put promo cards and cold foils on the front of things. And people then turn around and go, oh, yeah. And see why they did that. Because I think LSS does know this card's going to be pretty good, by the way. Like that new one, that new Shadow Runeblade coming out. The Vincett's Runegate thing. God knows. It's too far. We're too far down the tank. But how excited are you for Dust Till Dawn?
Extremely.
Yeah. Why? More so than any other set? I mean, every new set's exciting, right? But this one, is this one more exciting than any other, or just the same?
It feels like a reboot of the new heroes that people love. So I think that's absolutely a guarantee of hype.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously they're Oldhim get out of the game. So now that new heroes that just block, as you said, other mechanics. For example, Prism denied Guardians to be there. So we have like these new heroes hitting the scene and kicking out other heroes. So in some sets, we see that new heroes just come in and are just part of the set, you know. As you, for example, you see with Fi.
Yeah.
Fi is the deck that is always going to be there, but it's not bringing anything new or kicking out any other deck from the meta. But now that Prism and the new Runeblade are there, we had that in the past when
the
Chain
gatekeepers.
gave out. Yeah, when Chain came out and just kicked out everyone else because he was the best hero and had Prism doing weird things. So yeah, I think the new expansion is so exciting for all this.
Yeah.
People know that Angels are going to be broken at some way. And we all know that Vincent is going to work with the banish zone, so cards like Art of War or things that banish your cards are going to be broken.
Seeds of Agony's back, boys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just want to point out that Draw My Mains don't think the same as Daniel.
All right.
Fight as block one deck.
And then we've got some crazy keywords with Unity now, where if you block with 2 cards, you get a thing. We know what one of those things are. Now we've just seen Fluke and Box show off something called Courage, whatever the hell that is. And I agree with you, boys. Dust Till Dawn is going to be so exciting because I suppose really the Light and Shadow thing is almost 2 years old now, and every set that's came out, including Everfest, mostly Everfest, Dynasty actually did touch on some talent cards by putting in the Sand for Draconic Illusionist and Light and a Light Warrior and a Light Illusionist card. So they did very, 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 very sprinkle something. But this one is like the first time they actually turn around and go, this is actually purely dedicated to talent and not just generic stuff that may or may not fit. So it's just so different. It's so new. And I think, did you guys come in when Monarch started?
This set is actually special for me, and it has me more hyped because we started playing in Monarch. Like this feels like when I started knowing the game, you know, like learning the basics, and yeah, our whole group is pretty excited about this one. And I gotta say that LSS has done a great job with the last sets because both Uprising and Outsiders has been amazing. Like it has generated a ton of hype. No, Dynasty. Sorry, but
I think Dynasty is. I feel Dynasty is a slow burn. I think everyone's going to turn and completely sack all those cards off, and then later on they'll go, oh, "We've got to get these cards. These cards are really good."
When we need a 11 defense reaction in Guardian, we will go back. We'll go back to Dynasty. Yeah.
So, yeah, no,
I
it's
need to give a +6 as an instant to my shield.
But the hat is new.
Sorry.
you wait. There'll be a shield. There will be a shield that makes you go, well, this makes total sense. Who knows? There'll be a dude that literally has 2 shields and he does damage. I don't know. Anyway, so
Dark Souls style, yeah.
but you're saying Uprising and Outsiders were incredible sets, and why is that?
I do think they managed to introduce new mechanics and new heroes, and they were like, at least for me, they were like not overlapping with older heroes.
Mm.
You know, it was my main complaint in Tales of Aria is that the Tales of Aria heroes were good, were cool, nice design. It had an amazing limited, but the heroes completely overshadowed the non-specialization heroes of their class. You know, Oldhim is a better Bravo. Lexi for most of the time was a better Azalea, and Briar was a better Viserai. I know it was going too hard.
It's going too hard, yeah.
No,
So
I hear you.
I'm excited that they managed to add some new things into the game without kicking off the old ones, and yeah, we have some really cool designs in these last sets.
Yeah, absolutely, and the fact that actually they're actually just reopening, they're not actually overshadowing, like you said, another hero. We're actually just reopening the shadow and light cards that are just sitting in our binders, pretty much doing nothing. Right, unless you're obviously playing Bolton and Levia, then fair dues. But you know what I mean? There's a whole lot of cards doing nothing at the minute, so that's really exciting to see. What? Oh, sorry, Daniel. What was there?
Yeah, I for me it's something like a breakpoint, because before Tales of Aria we could see just that they learned of their mistakes, and as you say, the new heroes. That was exactly what I wanted to say. The new heroes are, you can't see heroes that are not that powerful. Every hero has a room there. And maybe for draft or for blitz, you can see Riptide maybe is the weakest one, but the rest of the heroes feels quite different. As Pablo said, for example, you can feel Katsu completely different to Fai, and not being one better than the other. Now Katsu may be better than Fai, and at some point Fai was better than Katsu, so you can see a swingy way that one may be better than the other. But they learn for that. You can see Levia as a worse version in general than Reiner, or you can see, Prism being a best version of Dromai, but they didn't went in the same moment.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So, well, I'm gonna end this point with Dusk Till Dawn. Dusk Till Dawn's coming out 17th or somewhere mid-July. I think it's the 17th. And then in 2 weeks' time, there's this calling happening in this really cool country called the United Kingdom. Right? Are you boys coming?
In a really beautiful city. I have already been there.
You've been to Birmingham?
Incredibly beautiful. Really good food. Really good food as well.
You need to have a Liverpool as well. Fair enough. I mean, they are really cool countries. I'll show. There is. I'd have a drive around.
I was just making a little fun. Yeah, I have been in Birmingham before.
Awesome.
We had
Birmingham is cool.
Legend of the Five Rings tournament.
Yeah, we had been exactly in the same place.
Yeah.
Oh,
in the Games Expo.
Yeah, the Games Expo, UK Games Expo. Of
exactly
course.
in the same spot.
For the Kotai events.
And it was a pretty cool place.
Yeah. So you know.
Jokes aside, we did it a lot of Subway, and that was horrible.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you've been
the cookies. The cookies in the Subway were lifesaver.
You gotta go to the Weatherspoons as well and get your breakfast. That bar in the middle of the NEC. Yeah. It's actually in the same spot where they did the Kotais. Is that I think it's going to be around in that area. Anyway, so you come in then. You come into the UK calling.
We weren't. We wanted to there was like too much time training for the Pro Tour. Then in only 2 weeks, another calling in Antwerp. But yeah, like winning the calling kind of puts me in the spot where I really want to go, to the next one. So yeah, I have a high chance. I have a high chance of.
See, what was making you think you were gonna I mean, bro, this is the first major event of of Dust Till Dawn, the set that you are very hyped for. This is the big event for it.
But I was really tired. Like I really needed a break, from Plus and Blood, and I need to do some things with my real life as well. I need to put some things in order, Like I should be studying.
You almost work in LSS, dude.
It seems to be a thing. It seems to be the common trend I hear all these very successful players do. They go, I got real life, man. And they go, oh, you've won. You come to the next one. Oh, no, I was hoping something would happen so real life could go, yay. I guess I'm showing to the next one. Cool. If you do manage to come down, are you coming down, Daniel?
Yeah, I'll be working on a new job in a few weeks, so I'm not really sure about my possibilities to travel to the UK. So, but if I can travel to the UK, I will do it for sure.
Awesome.
100% sure.
Everyone,
if I don't have the days, I'm sorry, but I cannot escape from my job.
You're not helping. There's going to be a lot of people who will want to see you as peers and fans of both of you from this Sunflower Samurais. But I can tell you now, there's a lot of competitors going, whew. If you said, oh, I'm not coming, they were like, oh, thank God these two nightmares aren't showing up. But you're teasing everyone going, maybe. Like...
We do have at least 2 people that are 100% going to the tournament.
Awesome.
And I have a high chance of going as well.
That'll be so cool to come in there, actually hang out with you guys again.
Then you can show me some nice place to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Subway.
Not again.
The way to make me not play the tournament.
Hey, this time we have Uber Eats or Just Eat. We can just use the app and bring the food here.
Yeah. Uber Eats
facilities.
Right. I'm going to wrap it up there. I just wanted to use this opportunity to hang out with you guys again. I've been lucky to spend some time with you in real life, in a completely other country, in San Jose, which was awesome. And I just wanted to just get everyone to just capture that little magic and those little behind the scenes things that, when you were going through that moment of the calling. And yeah, just thank you so much for taking the time to have a chat.
Thanks to you. It's a pleasure.
I had a great time as always.
Oh, cheers, dudes. Right. Whenever you win another, big event or wherever you want to come and have a chat about anything, I'm sure I'll bring you guys back on for another episode. But till then, thanks everyone.
Yeah, and you were this is pretty important. You were the first person to do an interview with me.
Was I? I thought the Tales of Alex. I thought the Tales of Alex was.
Well, but yeah, it was kinda in the event. I didn't move.
Yeah.
After the event, you were the first person, so that holds a special place in my heart.
Well, there you go. There you go. Oh well, I didn't know that actually. I didn't know I was the first one. But thank you very much. I'll hold that forever. So keep doing well, and I'll keep using that card. Remember, I was the first one. I want an interview. I'm joking. All right. Cheers, everyone.